Give to get with no gimmicks. Limited appointments. Some restrictions apply.
It's time for game night. Getting you ready for Sacramento Kings basketball.
He's got the bucket.
Game night is presented by Power Business Technology, your locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Contact them at 844-POWER-BZ or visit them at powercopiers.com. Here's your host, Scott Marsh, alongside the high flyer, Henry Turner.
And a very pleasant good afternoon to you. Welcome into game night right here. Sactown Sports, 11:40, third and final game of the Kings road trip. They're in Indiana tonight. They take on the Pacers. We know no Tyrese tonight for Indiana. He's out for the year, as we know about that. We'll get you caught up on the entire injury report later in the show. We'll be with you until 3:30 today, getting you ready for Kings Live pregame. 4 o'clock tip from Indianapolis. G-Man with the call on that one. And for Sacramento, they come in, with a win on Saturday versus Miami. A wire-to-wire win against Miami. Maybe their best performance of the season, winning 127-111. It really wasn't that close. They shot the ball exceedingly well, over 53% from the field, over 40% from three. And Zach LaVine had a season-high 42. And High Flyer, at least we have that to go off of. Made the weekend better.
It did. I mean, to actually see those guys having fun again out there on the basketball floor. I mean, it brought joy to my heart. I'm going to tell you that straight out. To see these guys come out and play game after game after game, and they're struggling, they're losing, they're not having fun. It will really pays a toll on you. But I do have to agree with you when you talk about maybe their best performance. I would say either that or the Minnesota game. Both of them are kind of like one and the same, to where the Kings came out extremely aggressive on the offensive end, wanting to push the ball, wanting to get in transition, and and being able to knock down some shots. That really pushes a different team out there.
No doubt. And it started right from the start. It started with Zach LaVine, who just came out on fire, hitting the first 8 points for Sacramento, and he never looked back. It was just one of those things. It was his day, and he wasn't going to be denied.
And Scott, that raises the question, though.
Exactly. That's where I was going to go with my next statement. That's exactly where I was going to go. Because
it really raises the question of how can you one night go 2 for 7,
right,
and then the next night you go
12 of 24.
I'm 13 for 14.
Exactly. 8 of 13 for
3. Right. And you're aggressive and you're getting to the basket. And I understand when you hit a couple of shots and your mood change, you start feeling a little bit better about yourself. And
sure,
confidence is huge in the game of basketball. So I do understand that. But when you are an NBA veteran, such as Zach LaVine, and you come to an organization and they say, sir, you have the keys. You are the head of our snake, and you can do basically whatever you want to on this floor. And you come out and you only give me 7 shots. That tells me that it has nothing to do with how well you're shooting.
Right.
It has more so to do with do you want to be out here on the floor at this particular time?
No doubt. It's hard to explain how you go from 2 points the game before to 42 on Saturday night in Miami. And I think that's the thing we're trying to figure out. And Henry, I know you as an analyst, because we've worked together for many years now, the one thing that you've always talked about is consistency as a player. We talked about this with Harrison Barnes.
Right.
Some nights he come out and have 20 or 30 points. Next night it'd be 6, 8 points, but it wouldn't even be the amount of points. It'd be the amount of shots that we saw, the other stats.
That's my thing, Scott. And a lot of people, they get on me. They be like, yo, man, why you ride them so hard that way? Because I understand that they can be better.
Right.
I wouldn't have said nothing, not a word to Zach LaVine if he'd have went out and went 2 for 15, 2 for 20. I just said, okay, kid had a bad night.
Yep.
I'm fine with that. It's the number of attempts that I look at and say, come on now, man, you have to do better. Because, okay, you just didn't knock shots down. If the shots would have been falling, we would have been in the game.
Yep.
The way it's supposed to be.
Right.
But you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
No doubt. The great Wayne Gretzky said that. It's one of the famous quotes in all of sports, and it's absolutely true.
Right. If you don't take the shots, bro, it does nothing for us.
Yep.
And you are our head of. You got to have some venom in that bite. I said it on the air the other day. I'm like, if you're the head of our snake and you don't have no venom on your bite, all we got is a big worm. We ain't got no snake.
No doubt. And if you want to join the program, you can. 916-339-1140, 1-800-920 1140. We'd love your thoughts on this. Obviously, throughout the day, Alan Stiles was talking about this too. A reporter after the game was asking Zach about his 42-point effort and about the consistency. And again, this was outside the normal media scrum, something to the effect of Zach saying, if they got me the ball, I could do this every night. Then I'm paraphrasing that. So I only want to use the exact quote on that because I didn't hear it. Whitey mentioned it a little bit. Kevin did here on the Drive Guys as well. But more to the point, because this is the other discussion that we've had all season long and we've had for prior seasons too with different players. Is it incumbent upon the team to get player shots, or is it incumbent upon the player to take shots?
You know, Scooter, I have had the luxury and the privilege of being on both sides.
Yep.
When I played in the NBA, I wasn't more so an offensive guy. I was used more so for my defensive prowess. And being an offensive guy all my life, I understood, okay, you know, this is just a different form for me. But once I went overseas to Europe, I became that offensive guy once again. And there's no way I can come into the office and say, oh, well, you know, I only got 6 shots because they didn't get me the ball. No. If you're the head of the snake, you got to go get it.
Right.
You know, you would have never heard Kobe Bryant say, they didn't give me the ball. Right? You never heard Michael say, they didn't give me the ball. No. We'll go a little bit further down the line.
Yeah.
Now, I played with Mitch Richmond, probably one of the most beloved Kings under Chris Webber this organization has seen.
Yep.
Right? All-star, Hall of Fame guy.
Yep.
If Mitch Richmond went up and down that floor twice and didn't see that basketball, believe me, he in that huddle and he had something to say. The next time, I better touch this ball.
Yep.
Because he was the head of our snake. And that comes with being the head of the snake. That comes with being the mantra on your back, the franchise guy.
Yep.
If you're not having that type of momentum out there on the floor, you're not that. You're just a complimentary player that can say, oh, well, you guys aren't giving me the ball.
Yep.
Which one are you, Zach?
That's the defining line right there. And I think that's the question that people really want to know about this. And you look at Zach's game again, and again, he shot the ball great, everything else. He also got to the line 11 times.
Right.
He was playing with force.
Right. I've always said, Zach LaVine is so athletic, you can get to the rack whenever you want to.
Right.
Your first step is so explosive. Man, I wish I played in today's game because I had the exact same thing. If your first step is so explosive, you're going to blow past your man, and you're so athletic you can get to the rim and finish. He can do that whenever he wants. But it seems like some nights he's engaged, some nights he's not. But at the end of the day, come on, Zach. I mean, I'm with you, bro. I'm riding with you 150%. But don't go out and tell me I could do this every night if y'all give me the ball. You got the ball in your hand, sir. You got the will to go. I don't want to hear that.
Yep. All right. Some other positives from the game. All 5 starters in double figures. That was great. Maxime Reynaud getting his first start. He had a double-double. That was great to see, 12 points and 10 rebounds. And, of course, we saw Nick Clifford off the bench with 15 points, 6 rebounds, and the Rooks played well.
Both of them. Both of those guys are still impressing to this day, Scott. You know, we was out in Vegas, and I had a chance to watch them. I really had a chance to just be there with the guys in Vegas and really watch them play. And I remember I told you, I said, Max is going to be, because, you know, we was all enamored with Nick.
Yep.
Understanding, I'm like, I told everybody, Nick's, you know, Doug Christie 2.0, the guy can play, he's NBA ready. It was more so a question about Max.
Yep.
Where was he going to be? Can he fit? You know, is he a tweener type guy? And I told you, I said, he's got something, bro. I said, on the defensive side, this dude barks, and you can hear him all through the arena barking defensive schemes out there. Now, he might not be the biggest dude. He might not be the strongest, but he has the defensive mind and the basketball IQ to do the right thing. And that's what you look for when you have a young player. So to see him be able to get out there and, you know, play, get some reps, score the basketball, always said he's got nice footwork as a big guy.
Yeah.
You know, he shoots the ball very fluently with both hands. For him to be out there and to be able to score and have some productivity on the floor this early on, I'm with it.
No doubt. It's been very refreshing to see him come out, a second-round pick. Obviously has embraced the role and has done a nice job with it. And obviously, Nick Clifford, we saw his talent in Vegas.
Oh,
and
for
now
sure.
We're starting to see it here on the NBA floor as well.
Nick Clifford just needs time. Same thing with Max. I mean, but the thing about it is that we looked at Nick and said, oh, yeah, he's ready.
Yep.
He's in a log jam right now, but, oh, yeah, he's ready. He's going to be out there. Max was more of a bigger question mark. But like I said, I'm glad that he's able to get out there and play and show you what he can do. Now, when you have to rely on that, then you have to look at the rest of your roster and say, whoa, what else do I have in my bag? But at the end of the day, when you're looking at the long haul, let the kid play.
Let the kid play, no doubt about it. And he did play 18 minutes on Saturday. All right, for the Kings, their last 3 wins, all against teams with records above 500, Denver, Minnesota, and now Miami. Now, we know Miami was on a back-to-back. We know that they weren't with some pieces. We also know the Kings were without some. Exactly.
Excuses.
The Kings were also without some pieces. And they're going to be without Schroeder again tonight. That's come out. We know without Sabonis. But the Kings have shown us when they play well, they can beat good teams.
The team has shown us when they come out with some aggression, some attention to detail, willing to push the basketball up the court, willing to get steals, deflections, get out in transition, they can be a competitive basketball team. They're not going to be a basketball team that just gets whomped over. But when they come out lackluster, they don't take care of the basketball. They turn the basketball over. They walk the basketball up the floor. Those couple of things just right there, Scott, are recipes for destruction if you are a Sacramento Kings fan. Because really, when we play in a half-court set, we really have nothing towards the rim.
Yep. Nope. Got to get out and run. And obviously, fast break points were another big part of the game. And obviously, Miami's a team that plays with a lot of pace, and that helps Sacramento.
Really, it did. It helps Sacramento because Miami wants to push the pace.
Right.
Sacramento wants to push the pace. If you look at that game, how many times did you see Miami really attack the basket? Jaime Hawkins might have been one of the only dudes who just straight bully balled us to the basket whenever he got ready. And this dude is what, 6'7", 6'6"?
Yeah, he's not a big dude.
Right. So he showed that he was able to do it. The rest of the players just didn't elect to do it. So it didn't look that bad on the defensive side for the Kings.
No doubt. The Kings with 25 fast break points in the win on Saturday night. They only turned it over 10 times.
Great. Handling the basketball, playing King-style ball, getting out in transition, Scott. If this team cannot get out in transition and they're just walking the ball up the floor, it's not going to end well. In order for them to play decent basketball, they got to push it. They have to play small ball.
Okay, so from Saturday night, did we find a model that the Kings can use to replicate to maybe get themselves back winning more games on a consistent basis?
Oh, we have the model. The model's been there from day one.
Okay.
The model has been pressure defense. Do they want to do it? That's the question. The model has been gang rebound, get out there, get deflections, get in transition. Do they want to do it? It's all about how they approach the game. And until you get all of your guys approaching the game the exact same way, Zach LaVine came out against the Miami Heat with a whole different mindset. We ain't seen that Zach LaVine for about 5 games. Now, we've seen him the first 5. I would say our first 5 games, that was him.
No doubt.
And then all of a sudden, he went somewhere else, maybe went on vacation and came back. So, but for him to come out against Miami and play like that, it definitely wasn't the same Zach LaVine that had just left Houston.
No doubt about it. It was his best effort of the year, and he's had some good ones. And obviously, it was a good win for Sacramento. Now we want to see them build off of that tonight in Indiana, a team that only has 5 wins, a great chance to finish a road trip with a winning record, which would be fantastic for Sacramento to come back home before they take on the Denver Nuggets. All right, game night's underway. Game night is always being brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Check out their full line of luxury vehicles at mbfstockton.com. When we come back, we'll break down the Pacers a little bit. We'll get you around the league as well. That and a lot more. It's a game night on a Monday afternoon, an early start tonight, 4 o'clock tip in Indiana, and we'll have all the action for you right here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Mike Rowe here with another fun fact. If your concrete is cracked or uneven, you can actually lift it back up. Whether it's a sinking driveway, a patio, or a sidewalk, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to lift your concrete slabs.
Groundworks, official foundation repair company of Cal Athletics. Schedule a free inspection.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder, thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration.
Thunder.
The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
You drove the miles and your tires are done. Got to shop the best prices under the sun at Big O. Big O Tires.
Now through January 4th, get $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Nitto, Toyo, or Nexen brand tires with installation purchase. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installations required. Disposal fees and shop fees extra where permitted. See store for pricing. Eligibility may vary. Not valid with other offers.
Sacramento, the wait is over. The all-new Hard Rock Sports Bar is here at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Sacramento at Fire Mountain. Enjoy the ultimate 24/7 sports watching destination with 20 big screens with all the action for the premier game day experience. There's no other place you'd want to be to watch all the games with you and your friends. Now open at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Sacramento at Fire Mountain. For more details, visit casino.hardrock.com/Sacramento.
Hi, this is Henry Turner, aka the High Flyer. I've done a lot of amazing things on the basketball floor, but now it's your turn to be amazing. For more than 55 years, Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Sacramento has helped out the youth beat the many odds. Too many littles, especially boys, are still waiting for volunteers, Big Brothers. Volunteers to spend at least 4 to 6 hours a month with local youth who needs guidance and support. So donate your time to Big Brothers and Big Sisters of the greater Sacramento area. Get involved. It's easy as a layup. Call 916-646-9300.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Hi, this is Adam Warner, co-owner of the historic Firehouse Restaurant in Old Sacramento. We're celebrating 65 years of excellence this season. Come visit us where our motto is guests first. We are locally owned and have been in the capital city since 1960. Come experience our finest steaks, chops, and fresh seafood. The Firehouse also has the Central Valley's most awarded wine selection. Level up your pregame at the Firehouse for a quick and easy meal with valet parking for just $10.
Welcome back in the game night. Sactown Sports 1140. Scott Marshall on with the High Flyer, Henry Turner. Game night is always brought to you by the Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Sacramento. If you have a heart of service, you want to do something good in our community, what's better than helping out a kid who could use an outside mentor in their lives? If you're interested in looking into this, especially this time of the year, around the Christmas season, certainly Big Brothers Big Sisters worth your time and effort. For more information, go to bbbs-sac.org, bbbs-sac.org to find out all about this terrific organization. All right, Kings and Pacers tonight. Indiana, as we know, High Flyer, another team that's been ravished by injury. They're struggling mightily. They are 5-18 on the year. We know the tragic situation with Tyrese Halliburton going back to Game 7 of the finals last year. We know they don't have Miles Turner anymore. Your favorite player in the league is still there, though, in
Pascal Siakam.
Siakam is still there, and he's playing well. 36 last time out against the Bulls. I'm still surprised that this team has fallen as fast as they have. I know you're not as much. It's just, to me, it's hard to believe a team that was literally one game away from winning an NBA Finals last year. That's how good they were. Are now just 5-18 on the season.
Struggling. And Scooter, sometimes, bro, one guy makes a difference. A huge difference.
No doubt.
We've seen that with Keegan Murray.
Yep.
A huge difference, right?
Yep.
We've seen that with, Kyrie Irving. A huge difference. Halliburton is that caliber of dude to where it's going to be a huge difference whether he's on the floor or he's not. Now, I'm with you. I didn't think they were going to fall off the cliff like this.
No.
But when you lose Halliburton, really it's the head of your snake, and then you lose a major piece. Not a small piece, a major piece in Miles Turner.
Right.
You lose both of those guys in 1 year, that changes what you do a little bit out there on the floor. And like I said, even with both of those guys out, I'm still not thinking they're going to fall off like this. No. But it can't happen.
No doubt about it. And I always thought, T.J. McConnell was just a great backup point guard, and they might be able to survive not having Tyrese, at least for a little bit. I know over 82 games, it's a lot more of an ask, but he's been injured as well, and that's been part of it.
T.J. McConnell, I love the way that young man plays. Every time we play Indiana, I marvel over him because he was one of the free agents that came through Sacramento, and I was like, I like this dude. He's scrappy.
Yep.
He has really made himself a home in the NBA, and he's really deserving by the way he plays. So I was with you. I thought when Reese went down, I honestly thought McConnell was going to be the guy that was like kind of going to break through and show that, okay, yeah, I've been a reserve guy, but I can definitely hold down the starting position, and it really hasn't jumped off that way for them.
It hasn't worked that way at all, and again, this is a team that was so good last year and so good defensively too. And I just thought that they would be able to continue that defensive presence that would keep them in a lot of games, but that hasn't materialized either.
Well, Scooter, we talked about it. Your anchor, your man in the middle.
Yeah.
He's not there anymore. Yeah. So it's a different type of feel on the defensive end. Another one of your long, lean guys that, really sets the tone for your defense in Tyrese. He isn't there anymore. And then throw the X caveat out there. They probably are two of your best communicators on the defensive side who aren't there anymore. So that really disrupts what you do defensively.
No doubt about it, which all means the Kings have a great opportunity tonight to end up with a win and a winning road trip.
Scooter, I will say this. With the Kings struggling the way that they are, it really does put you in a situation to where most teams you run up to, they're looking at you and saying, okay, one or two things. They're really going to underestimate you and say, okay, you know what? We're going to come in here and just steamroll these guys. Or they do the opposite and say, okay, now we got a chance to rest some of our guys because we don't need our main guys against them. The Kings really need to start looking at both of those scenarios saying, we're going to take advantage.
Yes.
Whichever one of these sentiments you guys take, we're going to make you pay for it. If you don't play your main guys, we're going to make you pay. If you come in here and underestimate us, we're going to make you pay. That's one thing that we talk about identity for this team. That's one of the main things. You really got to have pride and say, hey, it's not going to be that easy. Yeah, we're struggling, but we're going to make it hard for you.
No doubt. And that's where you would think the Kings, being a veteran group, I mean, they have a couple of the rookie picks are getting more playing time now in Reno starting, but this is still a veteran nucleus. You would think that would be there.
You would. You really would think, no. It's not going to happen like this. I honestly think Russell Westbrook has that mentality. Some of our other veterans, a little less vocal, maybe a little less rah-rah, but we talk about it all the time, Scott. You just can't nominate that guy to be that guy. It's either got to be in you or it's not. And when it's not in you, you just not that dude.
No doubt. Some good news for the Kings. We mentioned Dennis Schroeder not playing. That's not the good news, of course. The good news is Keegan Murray was on the questionable list for tonight's game with the shoulder soreness. He is available to play.
Hey, Keegan, come on now. Hey, bro. You just sat down enough. We need you. We need everybody on this roster right now because we're still struggling big time. We had a hell of a win. I salute you guys for that Miami win. You came out and you played your butts off. Love the way each and every last Sacramento King approached that game. That's the way you need to play. But, bro, we ain't solidified anything. We need you guys to continue to play that way.
No doubt. Got to build off something here. And again, with Denver and Minnesota coming up this week, add-on games that they both beat these teams last time out against them, those teams are going to be ready for bear against the Kings when they come back.
Oh, Scott, and that's tough, too. Because, we smacked both of them.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, we're going to get away with it. We're going to smack these dudes. We're going to run to the house. And we're good. We're going to run to the house.
We're done with them.
Hey, slam the door. We're done with them.
Not so much.
Not so soon, fella. You got to come outside and pass our house twice before you go back to school.
No doubt. It doesn't get easier, but the Kings do have a great chance tonight against Indiana. All right, we'll take the break. When we come back, we'll go around the league, get you caught up on the other news. Some more drama with Jonathan Kuminga and the Warriors, potentially. We'll talk about that. We'll get you to our Bank of Marin, put it in the bank segment, and our Firestone restaurant, who's on fire as well. This is Game Night right here, Sactown Sports 1140.
Listen to the 49ers Red Zone Report daily, brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza, the official pizza of the 49ers. Mountain Mike's Pizza, pizza the way it ought to be.
Sacramento, the wait is over. The all-new Hard Rock Sports Bar is here at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Sacramento at Fire Mountain. Enjoy the ultimate 24/7 sports watching destination with 20 big screens with all the action for the premier game day experience. There's no other place you'd want to be to watch all the games with you and your friends. Now open at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Sacramento at Fire Mountain. For more details, visit casino.hardrock.com/Sacramento.
Business moves fast, and so do we. At Bank of Marin, we team up with businesses in the greater Sacramento area to help you drive the lane and score big. With dedicated relationship bankers and local decision-making, we help you move quickly, whether you're upgrading equipment, buying your next building, streamlining cash flow, or fueling growth. From expansion to investment, we're ready to help you win. Bank of Marin, your local business bank. Visit us at bankofmarin.com. Member FDIC.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Quiet down, here she comes. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
This is Holly Robinson Pete for Eggland's Best. Eggs are a staple in our diet, and there's only one egg with more delicious, farm-fresh taste plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best. With more vitamins, including 6 times more vitamin D and 10 times more vitamin E, plus 25% less saturated fat than ordinary eggs. Available in so many delicious varieties, classic, cage-free, and organic. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Welcome back into Game Night right here, Sactown Sports 1140. Scott Marshall on with the high flyer Henry Turner. We'll take you until 3:30 today. Kings Live pregame upcoming. Jason Ross will be here for that with Henry. 4 o'clock tip tonight as the Kings finish up the road trip in Indiana to take on the Pacers first of 2 meetings this season. Sacramento 6-17, the Pacers 5-18. We'll break down the matchup just a little bit more, but let's go around the league. Some news out of the Bay, and maybe we're just making it news. Maybe it isn't big news, but it certainly was before the season started. Jonathan Kuminga, trade rumors for him. Would he stay back with the Warriors? Was there interest in Sacramento here with him? Well, Kuminga signed the contract. We know he got his 2-year deal worth roughly $50 million, just under that. Was starting at the beginning of the year.
Right.
Seemed to be playing well. Everything seemed to be fine with Steve Kerr. But now he's registering DNPs. He didn't play last time out against Chicago. And this is, of course, a Warriors team that didn't have Steph Curry, didn't have Draymond Green, didn't have Al Horford for the game. And still, Jonathan Kuminga couldn't find the floor.
Wow.
So I don't know what that says about where he's at with Golden State. It certainly doesn't look good on the surface.
No, it doesn't. And I honestly thought that everything had been washed away. When he starting and they were playing pretty good basketball, I'm like, okay, maybe everything is, golden in Golden State.
Yeah, right.
But now it doesn't seem like that. But here's the bigger question. Here is the bigger question. Okay, he's got his contract. We know that it's something going on there. We know what's happening here in Sacramento. Would Jonathan Kuminga be the guy that helps turn this around?
Right.
Is he that guy? I mean, at the beginning of the year, I was feeling like, yes. But right now, seeing what we have right now, is Jonathan the answer? I don't know.
I'm not sure he is either, and he hasn't proven he can be consistent regardless, whether that's because of Steve Kerr's rotation or because of him as a player. I mean, he's in his 5th year now, and I don't feel like we know that Kuminga, we know he has talent, we know he has potential, we know we've seen it at times, but is he going to be a solid long-term NBA player?
But see, we're still dealing with that right now, Scooter. We just got through talking about consistency.
Sure.
We just got through talking about, okay, we know the guys have talent. It just hasn't, been consistent out there on the floor. Right. The only one thing that I say Jonathan Kuminga has that's a positive is that he has youth on his side. He isn't an old player. He's still a young player in years, but at the same time, like you said, he still hasn't been consistent on the floor.
No doubt. He has not proven that yet. So it'll be interesting. Steve Kerr's comments about him not playing, he's trying to downplay it. Happens to everybody pretty much other than the stars, guys coming in and out of the rotation, depending on who's available, how the team is playing. So, I mean, the only thing you can read in there other than the stars. We know Kuminga is not a star.
Hold on. Slow down.
All right.
Slow down.
Yep.
You mean to tell me that the guy that you say you needed 4 draft picks for and a player,
right?
You're not considering him a star when you were when people were trying to trade for him. You was like, oh no, that's not enough.
Right.
That's not. You would have thought by the way the Golden State Warriors was saying what they needed for Jonathan, you would have thought that you were trading for Steph Curry or Draymond Green.
Right.
So now all of a sudden you're going to say, well, everybody has that when you're not a star player. Okay, so what is he?
I think that's what everybody wants to know. What is Jonathan Kuminga?
Because at the beginning of the year, for what you was asking, he was a star player.
Yeah. And if they were to trade him now, would they be asking for the same, or would you get a better deal for him?
That's the thing, too. Did Jonathan Kuminga's value drop once he signed with the Golden State Warriors? Because for a minute, you remember he had the whole league in a frenzy. No one moved until Jonathan Kuminga took care of his deal. Everybody was on hold, but is that the same type of sentiment that's out there now? Are everybody looking at Jonathan Kuminga saying, okay, well, free agency and trade rumors is going to all be swirling around him? I don't think so. I think there's a couple of more options out there now that's on the table for teams to say, let's look at X, Y, because we know we got Z.
No doubt. I think it's gone down. He's got a 2-year, $46.8 million contract. The team option is for the second season. So it's definitely a tradable contract. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, for sure. And I'm pretty sure the Golden State Warriors made it that way. Because really, if you look at how they did it and the years and everything, They didn't make it long-term to where they couldn't move him.
Nope.
They didn't make the numbers astronomical to where they couldn't move him. They made the numbers just good enough for him to say, okay, well, I'll roll with this. And then for the team to be able to say, well, this ain't working, let's move him.
Right. Well, we'll continue to see what happens in the Bay. We'll see if the Kings have any interest as they look to rebuild here, and we see what Scott Perry ends up doing as the season goes along here. But that's the interesting news out of Golden State. In terms of the NBA big news, I mean, again, when you look at what's going on right now, I mean, the whole attention really in the league, certainly in the Western Conference, is what Oklahoma City's doing. They're 23-1 now. 23-1.
And the one loss is against who? The team that you would have never thought would have smacked them.
Who was it?
Wasn't it Portland? It was either Portland or Utah.
I got to look that up.
One of those two.
I don't even remember.
But it was a team that was way under 500.
Yeah. But, I mean, what they're doing now, they're starting to catch up on the best start ever in league history with what Golden State did.
Yeah, they are definitely right there, Scott. And, you know, you talk about having youth, they got it. You talk about having talent, they got it. You talk about a team that's playing on the string, they got it. You talk about a team that has cohesiveness. They have everything that it takes, Scott, to go back to back. The only thing that's probably going to stand in front of them may be a mighty league team that's going to come out the East. But as of right now, I don't look at anybody in the West that's going to be able to contend with these boys.
No doubt. And to your point, it was Portland. Was the only loss for
Yeah,
OKC.
I thought it was Portland.
Yeah, and you have to go back to November 5th. I forgot about it. It was so long ago. They've won 15 straight.
Yeah, and Portland was struggling at that particular point because the reason I remember, they left Portland, got smacked, and they came here and played us the next time they stepped on the floor.
Yeah, pretty amazing. It's incredible what Oklahoma City's been able to put together. And, you know, this run right now, you look at an SGA, he is everything you want in a superstar on your team.
Yes. A superstar that can get his own, a superstar that thinks team first, a superstar that really wants everybody to get to accolades. Their team is put together so well, Scott. When they start doing that, no one's bigger than the team. Everybody does the interviews. Everybody goes out together. That's great, man, because everybody feels like they are a part. You know, nobody feel like they are left out. And that way, when you start talking about, am I my brother's keeper, first thing you're going to hear is 8, 9, 10 of the guys say, yes, I am.
No doubt. You know, SGA is the leader. There's no doubt about it. And everybody falls in around him. And you couldn't have a better vibe than what you have there. And, of course, when you win, you're going to have a great vibe. That's understandable. But they built that culture when they weren't winning.
Right. You know, they got a bunch of young guys, a bunch of young talent, and cultivated that talent and, you know, put that mantra on those guys, and they have accepted it. You know, how many times have you heard me say the buy-in? I know you're tired of hearing me say it. The buy-in. Yeah. Well, those guys have bought in to what OKC wants to do.
They have. There's no doubt. And it is nothing but stunning success what they've put together in Oklahoma City. The Kings, as they look for the rebuild, obviously that would be the model anybody would want to put together, and you can't replicate what's happened there. I think that's the other thing that are on fans' minds right now with Sacramento. What's this rebuild going to look like? What's the blueprint?
Well, right now we don't know. You know, the blueprint right out the gate, if you go off of what Scott Perry is saying, is that you got Neek, you got Max, and you got Keegan. That's the blueprint for right now. Those are your untouchable guys. So that's going to be mainly the core that we're going to go forward with until we can see something else better.
Yeah, well, and we know we're going to see Maxime in the starting role, at least for the indefinite future, it seems like, and we're going to see more minutes from Neek, his minutes continuing to increase.
Yeah, so right now, that's what it's going to be. You know, until Doug Christie feels like he needs to change something else. But I think with that core, that's the best that he's getting right now. Until something else pops up, that's what he's going to roll with.
I agree with you, and that's what I'm going to use for tonight's Bank of Marin's Put It in the Bank. Put it in the bank.
Put it in the bank.
That Max is going to be a continued starter on this team, and Neek Clifford's minutes are going to only continue to go up from 18 minutes. I think you're going to start seeing him play in the 20s.
I like what Max brings. A very young player, very energetic player. He's going to take lumps and bumps, just like Nick. They're rookies. You're going to get that once you come into the NBA. You're going to get tested. When teams finally figure out that, okay, Max, you're a starter now and you are a staple, now we got a scouting report on you, things are going to change. And I hope that our fans don't get down on Max, because it's going to be nice to where teams are going to stop him. He isn't coming into this league and going to be one of those guys that's going to be unstoppable. No, once a couple of scouting report gets out and they get to figure him out, he's going to be stopped. They're going to slow him down. So he will have a lull, but just stick with it, because he has to figure out that next step.
Yep, that's what being a rookie is all about. All right. That is our Bank of Marin's Put It in the Bank for tonight.
Put it in the bank.
I like that. We're going to have to get you with a little jingle. That's going to have to be put into the system.
Something, yeah.
All right, Bank of Marin, they help businesses score big with fast decisions and local bankers. bankofmarin.com, member FDIC. We take the break. When we come back, our final segment before Kings Live pregame, we'll break down this game tonight. Kings and Pacers. We'll get you to our Firehouse Restaurant, who's on fire as well. Game night right here, Sactown Sports, 1140.
Sacramento, the wait is over. The all-new Hard Rock Sports Bar is here at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Sacramento at Fire Mountain. Enjoy the ultimate 24/7 sports watching destination with 20 big screens with all the action for the premier game day experience. There's no other place you'd want to be to watch all the games with you and your friends. Now open at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Sacramento at Fire Mountain. For more details, visit casino.hardrock.com/Sacramento. Call Maverick Electrical to claim your free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check with a donation. This month, donate 5 canned foods to Maverick Electric's Holiday Food Drive and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check. They'll collect your cans at the appointment and make sure your heat stays comfy and your lights stay steady, so the only thing whistling is the kettle, not your ductwork. Visit callamaverick.com to schedule your free tune-up today.
What will a Maverick do? 'Cause you're a Maverick too.
Give to get with no gimmicks. Limited appointments. Some restrictions apply.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing.
Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Growing your business? It's all about having the right team on the court. At Bank of Marin, we partner with businesses in the greater Sacramento area, delivering personalized service and local expertise to help you make a slam dunk. Whether it's customized lending or solutions to keep your business growing, you'll benefit from local decision-making. Expanding, acquiring additional assets, or building a lasting banking relationship? We're ready for tip-off. Bank of Marin, your local business bank. Visit us at bankofmarin.com. Member FDIC.
Welcome back in the game night right here, Sactown Sports 1140. Scott Marshall along with the high flyer, Henry Turner. Game night, as always, brought to you by Power Business Technology. Experience how the power of family can help your business office equipment needs today. Contact them 1-844-POWER-BZ or go to powercopiers.com. Kings and Pacers tonight. We'll break things down in just a minute, but first we want to get a full injury report for tonight. Anthony, what's going on, my friend?
All right, let's go through this long list for the Indiana Pacers.
Okay, let's hear it.
Tyrese Halliburton, Quentin Jackson, Cam Jones, Aaron E. Smith, Ben Shepherd, and Obi Toppin are all out. That is 3 of their point guards.
Yep.
And for the Kings, we have Sabonis is out, obviously. Dennis Schroeder was originally listed as questionable, and he has been listed as out now. And Keegan Murray is available, originally listed as questionable.
All right, thanks for that, Anthony. And I got to think for Schroeder, the fact he was questionable at first, then out, hopefully that means he's coming back sooner than later with that hip situation.
Would hope so. But, I really can't read into that because, they haven't been here, so we don't know. We haven't even seen the guy.
No, that's true.
I'm hoping that he's closer to being back than not. We can definitely use him out there. But seeing that the Kings only had 10 turnovers the last game, seemed like the point guard position was playing pretty well.
Now, everything went well for Sacramento in Miami. And, we always kid around about the Miami flu and being there for 2 days and all of that, but it seemed like the tropical weather helped this team and the practice time and everything else.
Hey, whatever it was, Scott, I'm like,
bottle
whatever it is,
bottle it up,
bro, no doubt. Like Shaq say, underdog, put that on a T-shirt. We need to sell that.
No doubt.
Because we need this team to play like that on a consistent basis.
Yeah, for sure. All right, it's time for our Who's on Fire segment, brought to you by the Firehouse Restaurant. Yep, bring it up, Anthony. Very nice. We talked about OKC. We know they're on fire. If we want to go league-wide, we can always find individual players. How would you like to go about this one tonight for who's or what's on fire in the NBA or with the Kings?
As far as players?
You can go wherever direction you want.
I would say, and I know I'm putting this out on a limb, but I'm going with Giannis.
Okay.
Giannis is on fire for one reason and one reason only.
Are we calling it another type of fire?
Exactly.
Yeah.
A fire sale.
Yes.
Because, this dude's ready to go. He's ready to make a move. And I'm pretty sure, any NBA team is going to be looking at him saying, can we get this once-in-a-lifetime generational player?
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up because we haven't really talked about it. Obviously, every team in the league wants Giannis.
Right.
Not every team's going to get him. He doesn't.
Exactly.
He doesn't have a trade clause, but he has all the power here still, too.
Of course.
Because his contract's up at the end of next year, and no team's going to trade for him unless they get that extension for him.
Right, and they're going to have to take him and his 2 brothers. That's
Thanasis is a part of any deal. We understand that.
That's already known. But to get that guy on your team is kind of like when Kevin Durant came up for free agency.
Yeah.
Every team is going to look at it and say, okay, can we do this?
Yeah.
But, for the money, some teams can't. But everyone that, looked like they got a little bit of money to throw at him, they're going to put it out there.
For sure. And, if the reports are true, the team he most wants to go to is New York. He wants to get to the Big Apple. What do you think about that? If you're New York, are you doing everything you can to get him there?
It depends upon how much you got to get up off of.
Mm-hmm.
Because, it's going to almost take the house to get him.
For sure.
And, you think about it, okay, you don't want to move Brunson. You don't want to move Cat. Anunoby, maybe one of those guys that you have to move. You definitely don't want to take the heart and soul, Jason Hart, off the team. But it's going to have to be guys like that that's going to have to be moved in order to get him. You're not just going to be able to throw Manny Mo and Jack out there and say, give me Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I have to think Big Cat is in any deal to try and get Giannis with a bunch of draft picks.
Oh, and I'm not sure New York want to do that.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, New York's playing good basketball. They're in a good position right now, especially with other teams with injuries, everything else.
You're trying to make that long haul. You're trying to make that long haul, and I think Big Cat is a part of that long haul. I don't think they'll be the same team. If you take Big Cat off and you put Giannis on that squad, I don't think they're going to be the same team.
No, and they made a huge trade to get him when they moved Julius Randle and all of that form. Right now, the Knicks are 16-7. They're 13-1 at home.
Now, like I said, I can see them emptying the bench, though. I can definitely see them giving up Anunoby. I can definitely see them giving up Jason Hart and probably a pick or two for Giannis. But as far as those other two, I don't see that.
Yeah, if it's not New York, where else? I mean, a lot of teams are interested. And he doesn't have a trade clause, so, I mean, theoretically, Milwaukee could trade him anywhere.
Wow. I mean, teams that will probably want him and teams to where he wants to go to, because he's going to have a say to where he goes. You know, he's saying New York. I don't see nobody else really being in the fight. You know, how would he fit in at Miami? Maybe. You know, would he fit in on the West Coast? You know, could you see him?
Would the Lakers make a play for him?
At Golden State or the Lakers? You know, Kuminga still ain't playing right. And, you know, Milwaukee might be looking at it in the same situation of, okay, Kuminga's a good player, but he's a younger player, and we can get him cheaper.
How about the Clippers? Clippers got to do something.
Oh, I think the Clips got way too many problems than just Giannis.
Yeah, you're right. They're 6-18 right now.
Yeah, and all them old cats they got, I don't even know if Giannis won't even step into that.
Yeah. All right, that's our Who's on Fire, brought to you by the Firehouse Restaurant. Level up your pregame at the Firehouse. Some great, quick and easy meals before games. Valet parking, just $10. An iconic restaurant located in Old Sac. Great place to go, especially during the holidays for couples, groups, lots of holiday company events as well. All right, last couple of minutes, High Flyer. Tonight, the Kings have a golden opportunity to get back-to-back road wins.
Yes. And, you know, and a golden opportunity, Scott, to, you know, feel good about winning again. You remember the last time we had 2 wins in a row, the team felt pretty good about themselves. Yeah. They starting to look up. And I'm not talking about the upper brass. I'm talking about the team. I'm talking about the team, the guys that steps out on the floor. Yeah. You really want these guys to feel good when they step out on the floor and compete. So the last time we won 2 in a row, those guys, you know, the light had definitely came on for a hot second. So hopefully they'll be able to go out there and take care of business in Indiana, get that second road win, and come back to Sacramento and hopefully have a different type of swag when they head back to G1.
No doubt. They could certainly use it because Denver will be here on Thursday nights, the add-on game from the Cup Series. But for Sacramento, remember when they won those 2 games last time against Denver and Minnesota, we started thinking, okay, can this team, if they get all the pieces back, can they start playing like a 500 level team? We still don't have that ultimate answer. We won't have it even if they win tonight because Sabonis isn't coming back for a while.
But that still brings up that same type of sentiment. Okay, if the Kings come out and they play the exact same way they played against Miami and win this game, they're coming back home. Of course, it's going to be a whole lot to say, okay, well, when Sabonis comes back to this team, how's it going to look?
Right. I think that's what everybody wants to know right now. And we, again, to the overriding point, we have never seen Keegan and Sabonis together this year. We've seen them together, of course, just not this season with this Sacramento Kings team.
And I've been guilty of saying this. You know, everybody wants to know, are they going to blow it up or are they going to stay packed? They're going to blow it up. They're going to stay packed. I mean, if I'm Sacramento, I would definitely have to give it at least 5 or 6 games to see how this team looks once you get everybody back together. Is it going to take off like a rocket or is it going to fizzle out and burn? Which one?
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait a while to get that one. Again, no Sabonis tonight, no Dennis Schroeder for Sacramento. That's going to do it for game night. High Flyer is always great to work with you. Have a great call tonight.
Yes, sir.
Jason Ross comes in. Kings Live pregame is next. G-Man with the call tonight, 4 o'clock tip in Indianapolis. Kings and Pacers, we've got you covered all afternoon and evening long. Sacramento Kings basketball as they finish up the road trip in Indiana, looking for a 2-1 road trip here. Keep it tuned all evening long. Sactown Sports, 1140.
Malik Monk plays here.
Started left, goes right, steps back, launches the 3. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Kohl's Customer Appreciation Event is